Hey guys, welcome back. Hello. Hey Tiffany, good to see you, sweetheart. All right, so this bonus general message. Yes, everything is coming up way late tonight, but it's been a busy day. So let's jump on into this one. I've been extremely busy over the last couple of days, and that means that, I've kind of changed my schedule for my dog, and he doesn't do good with schedule changes. He has a very precise time that he expects that we go to the lake. And, he still gets his 3.5 hours of exercise time every day. But I had to rearrange schedules. He doesn't enjoy rearranging schedules. So he punished me for the first time ever by intentionally ruining one of my couch pillows. Okay. Now, I fully believe he did this on purpose, and I have never seen him attempt to punish me. And I could not believe my sweet baby, all because he didn't like the schedule shift. He was kept waiting longer than he thought he should have been for his evening run. And oh my gosh, dogs are, they communicate, let me tell you. So, in any case, we were back to our normal schedule today, and he was very pleased about that. So there, I don't know if he's got me trained or if I've got him trained at this point, but that is the first thing that I would say he's ever intentionally destroyed out of frustration, because he wanted me to, be ready when he wanted to go. So on one hand, I love the fact that he has a schedule. On the other hand, wow. Okay, so we may be dealing with frustration. Let's not all stories are always going to be happy. Sometimes we're going to have frustration. And you guys, I'm sorry, we've come back from the lake, so once again, I look like it. I try to tidy my hair for you guys, but it doesn't always happen. Okay, so what's this story about? I hope everybody's had a good day. I hope you guys have had something to smile about. Okay, so we're starting out with a 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we have this real slow energy with the Knight of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, there's our frustration factor for sure. When that comes out in the reverse, this is where we feel stagnant. Stagnant, and then we're like, maybe we're not making the progress that we want to make at the rate that we'd like to make it. Hold on, I'm still dealing with some asthma. Every time I'm outside lately, I wind up coughing more. So I'm going to try really hard to slurp tea at you instead of cough at you. This is one of those situations, though, where we've got, I think that the frustration is probably coming from, when we put in energy, but we don't see the results. That's annoying, right? Anyone is annoyed by that. This could be about work-related stuff. This could be about money-related things. But remember, there is progress still being made. It just maybe isn't on the schedule that we wanted, which, again, very much like what happened with my dog. He still got everything, but on a different schedule than what he was used to. So it was frustrating because he likes a routine. So this may be one of those storylines where somebody is frustrated. Maybe they had plans to be able to talk to you sooner, come towards you sooner, whatever it was. We've got the 4 of Cups in the reverse and the 2 of Wands in the reverse. So we seem to be, whoever this is, they're getting back on track. It's just, we began by, I think we lost time. I think we lost, like if we had projected, this is where we'll be by this date, that didn't happen. If somebody was expecting to be able to be ready for something, it didn't happen on that time frame. So the thing is, we haven't really deviated, right? We're slowly still on track. Whoever this is, they're still very consistent about what they want. And I actually feel like there's possibly more progress being made, because at one point, I always look at this particular 2 of Wands as, someone who's at a great distance, and they sit here and they are looking longingly at this other kind of independent, possibly even lonely individual. If this is someone who's wanted to return into your life, they have definitely had blockages. Things did not work out the way they were expecting them to. Maybe money, resources, all those things really bogged things down. But in that time frame, they probably were sitting here, dealing with what they needed to. Their hands were full, right? They got the whole world sitting here in their hands, but they keep looking longingly at what they would like to move toward. Well, we are currently moving toward that again. Something is smoothing out. The wheels are turning again, but yes, we have an acknowledgement of some kind of blockage first. This person is not they don't think it's a lost cause. We're not crying over it. We're not feeling like now that this is impossible. So we have hope in this, which is really nice. Tell me more. Why do we have this blockage? Why did we have this delay or this blockage? What was that all about? We've got, the star in the reverse. Something didn't work out at all. A hope, a wish, something that needed to be healed. An opportunity that somebody thought, oh my God, this is going to align perfectly. I'm going to have it all. And it's like the bottom dropped out. The thing that somebody thought, oh, I'm going to have this. This is a gift from the universe. It went totally sideways. It's like, what I have in my mind right now is like somebody out playing baseball and they're like, oh, I got it. And it's going to, it's going to be one of those catches that it goes right into my mitt. And instead it actually goes over your head, you miss it, and it smashes out a car window behind you. And you're like, oh my God, that is not the way that was supposed to go. It's like, there's something that totally, it was a big miss. It was a big miss. And it was supposed to have been a complete, like, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to say a hole in one, but now I'm going to golf instead of baseball. I blend my sports. We have a 2 of Cups in the reverse. Hold on. Was this a situation then where instead of being able to twine around one another, we had things unravel? There was distance. This can be either distance between two twin flames. And let's not forget, we had this 2 of Wands also showing the distance here. To me, this looks like we had an issue. We had an issue where either it was a false twin flame that we got hung up with, and now we have let them go and we're back on track and our life feels like it's our own again. So the story has just changed because we have this new thread. It could be one or the other. It's either that whatever went wrong in this connection, a person was then prevented from coming together with their twin flame and now they're getting life back on track. Or if this is, you're identifying as this character, you might have recognized, oh my gosh, that was a false twin flame. I thought it was going to be my everything. I thought it was my person. And it turns out it was a false twin flame. It wasn't even, it was more like a lesson instead of a lover. And now that I've recognized that, I'm finally I've pieced myself back together. I mean, if you look at this, even the horse is not a full horse, right? It's made out of these, palm fronds. So we still see like our life, we're still putting it back together. But again, we have hope here and we have progress and we have definitive action. So no matter what has, I'm just going to say gone to hell, it's getting better, one step at a time. Let's take a look at where are we headed? Whoever this is, the Moon and the Emperor. Okay, somebody's taking charge, but they don't know how will it turn out. This is big. On one hand, we have just this Knight, right? The Knight is our slowest moving Knight, but it's also our most confident Knight. So one Knight that says, but I know what my goal is. I know what my dream is, and I know that I will achieve it and I will get there because I don't stop. This Knight, they don't deviate. No matter how hard it gets, the wind, the snow, the sleet, the rain, doesn't matter. This Knight keeps persevering and keeps going after it. We don't know what the road ahead looks like, or this character does not know what the road ahead looks like, but they are very confident in themselves at this point. So let's go back to the 2 different story threads. If this is all about someone who is your twin flame, the 2 of you were in separation for probably a significant amount of time with the 7 of Pentacles, 7 months, 7 years, probably not just 7 days. 7 is a divine number, but again, big blockages. And we'll ask what was the purpose of those blockages, because the universe throws us curveballs for a reason. So I want to ask the purpose of it in a minute. But if this was somebody who's wanted to come towards you and they're just now still, their life is kind of in shambles, but they are very confident at this point. Absolutely. Like, in fact, they've come out of this stronger than ever, as an Emperor. Or if this is representing you, and you had a false twin flame and you've let them go and you're back on track. You're feeling like, okay, I'm piecing myself together. I still don't know exactly, who is right for me? Where am I headed next? How do I feel about love? All that stuff is still a question. But the one thing is, I know me. I know myself so much better than I ever did before. So even if this was like a really dramatic and painful situation, you came out knowing yourself better. You came out being stronger, which is remarkable. Let's clarify these last two, and then we're going to go back and we're going to ask what was the purpose of those blockages. Tell me about the Two of Wands in the reverse. What is it that now someone has their eyes set on? They're so certain. We have a certainty here about where I'm headed. What am I doing? Ooh. Oh, wow. We have 3 out. I'm sorry. I didn't even notice. We have a 4 of Pentacles. We have a King of Wands, and we have a 9 of Cups. Someone knows that they're headed toward their happiness. They're headed toward either they're headed toward someone that they view as very loving, very. My dog is going to protect all of us for just a moment. They're either headed toward someone that they view as like, you have my heart. You're the one that I want to give my heart to. You're the one that makes me happy. I'm going toward what makes me happy without a doubt. But there is this, this is what we've been holding on to. This is the dream. This is the thing that somebody has been saying, no, I'm going to come out the other side of this, and I'm going to find the kind of partner, or I'm going to return to the partner that really my heart wants to be with, because I've never let go of this. So if this is the twin flame returning to you, and again, I feel very differently about twin flame stuff. I don't have the same belief around any of that a lot of other people do. So please just know you can substitute, however you feel about that. But when I use that term twin flame, just know I'm much more loose in how I apply that. So whatever that means to you. If this is someone, though, who sees you as a profound connection that they are on their way back to, it is because finally they're going to make themselves happy. They're going to make the choice that is right for them to be with the person that they've wanted to be with, that they never let go of. They never let go of this idea or this dream. If this is all about you having let go of a false twin flame, the definitive choice is, I deserve to be really happy, and I want to believe in love still, and I'm going to hold on to the idea that there is somebody out there that is going to be what I now know I want to meet. Someone loving, open-hearted, direct, available, no game playing. This is a King of Wands is an amazing partner. King of Wands, and this could be a female just as easily as a masculine, but it would be a take charge kind of individual where you don't have to question who they are, how they feel. None of that is up in the air because this person knows who they are and they display that. Okay, that's nice to have that direction. Now for the 4 of Cups in the reverse, what do we have? Let's go fast. I'm not looking for any more delays. Let's speed this up. Let's get to the good stuff. There's been delays. We go from the, somebody is slowly putting themselves back together. They're gaining in confidence. They don't quite know how things are going to work out, but they do know one thing: I deserve to be happy. And gosh darn it, I'm not going to sit around and cry over this or time that has passed. I'm actually going to pick up the pace because I'm going to get what I want now. We have an increase in confidence. Wow. And we go right to the 10 of Cups. We have an increase in confidence and an increase in someone knows exactly what it is that they want, what makes me happy, and what I deserve to have. This is like, I'm not afraid to meet somebody. If this is all about you having ended something with a false twin flame and then took a while to repair your sweet little heart and piece yourself back together, it's like, yeah, and I'm done. I'm done waiting to be healed. And I'm positive that I'm ready for the kind of, all the good, all the yum that I want to have. I'm ready for that. So why would I delay? There's no more delays. I'm not going to look back at the past of time that was wasted. What I have in front of me is the rest of my life to be happy. So we're not even going to keep counting up the score of all the crap that we went through. I'm only going to race forward into my bright future. And that is still the same storyline, even if this is a twin flame that you've been in separation from who's on their way back into your life. That's the new attitude here is, and maybe it is for both of you. Like, maybe let's not even go over what time we lost or what the blockages were, because we have an opportunity to to capture our happiness now. Let's just focus on the, what's ahead of us, and let's get to the good stuff that's ahead of us. Why linger in the hurt? Life is not, it doesn't last forever. So let's have all the good that we can, as much as possible, as quickly as possible. I like how forward leaning this is. Okay, but the reason for the blockage, actually, I should use a different deck. What was the reason for this blockage? Let's ask that. Ooh, that wasn't really a shuffle, and we wound up with this many. We're not taking any of those. That's just too many. Okay. What was the reason for the blockage? Because everything has a purpose, is the way I feel about it, right? Energetically speaking, there's either lessons that have to be learned, or there's reasons that things have to go the way they go sometimes. We have a 5 of sacred circles in the reverse. Interesting, because this is a card of if there were blockages that kept two people apart, that usually makes at least somebody feel pretty lonely. But this is the reverse of that. It's to decide how I don't want to be lonely. So being kept apart, or being with a false twin flame where we perpetually felt unsatisfied, lonesome, it was to teach us that what do you want? Do you want to be with someone who you have to, because let's say it's the storyline that we're talking about, where it's like, if you were with someone who turned out to have been a false twin flame, the big lesson here is you can be with someone and feel even more alone. So is that what we want? If we had a blockage here, it was to be able to identify that. If someone is making me feel rejected, alone, and it's a cold place, maybe this isn't the place for me then. And that might have been the motivation to let go of this. Now, if it is the twin flame who is on their way back to you, the reason they had this blockage might have been because they had to get to the point where it was like, how long are they going to be stuck dealing with something? It could have been a sense of, like, sometimes people feel like they don't deserve to be happy. They're not ready for it yet. And yet this might have been an opportunity for them to, like, really clearly recognize what they did want and take charge of it. Because remember, somebody's becoming the emperor of their life. Somebody is of the opinion that I want to be in charge of my life. I want to be, in love, and I want to open up, and I don't want to hold back. And I don't want to be in connections where I'm only halfway there, or where I can't fully commit. That's not what I'm looking for. Give me one more on this. It's 5 of circles in the reverse. 2 of swords. Yeah, it was definitely about kind of like laying down all kinds of I'm asking, why were there blockages? It was to actually get someone to realize that you have to be all in or all out. If it's not suiting us, then maybe it's time to let it go instead of trying to grind it and make it fit. It's not going to fit. And if somebody keeps holding back, how long do we wait for them to quit holding back to then, fully embrace the connection? This is where it's like, the reason for the blockage was to actually be able to see, say it was a false twin flame. We realized that person, over time, we stayed with them long enough to see they're never going to turn around. They're always going to keep their back to me in this connection. They're always going to stay blocked off. Then I need to let them go, because I don't need to stay lonely. But I had to stay long enough to know without a doubt that I don't want to be out in the cold. And this person, everywhere they go, they produce a coldness. So I had to choose to let them go. So that's one story if you were dealing with the false twin flame. Now, if it's the twin flame is coming towards you, the storyline's a little bit different. They are the ones who maybe needed to realize where their fears were. They needed to realize that they were perhaps the blockage. And that sounds kind of tough, but whatever went wrong, whatever got messed up in their life, the things that they needed to work on in that time frame, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because maybe they're the type where if they have a problem, they don't want to tell it to anybody. They want to handle it on their own. And it's almost like being in separation from you for so long, they might have actually started to realize, I don't want to take on everything alone. I don't want to continuously, like feel like I have to hold my tears back. Like, why is she turned away from us? Is she crying? Is she happy? We can't even see her face. This is somebody who actually, I think, has finally gotten tired of dealing with everything in life alone. This is somebody who's ready for partnership. There's just one last card that I do want to clarify here. And that is the moon. Tell me about the moon, because that's the part where, where someone is headed to something that they want, but they're still a little unsure. We have an 8 of coins. We have a 4 of cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So even though, because remember, everything has changed throughout this storyline where now we're piecing our life back together. We're slowly moving toward what we want. Somebody's feeling more confident, but there's this unknown here. And the unknown is, how will this work out? Are you even still available? Is this something that can still be worked on? Do you now have some reason that it's not going to be the right timing? There is it's an unknown. I feel like if this person has been away from you for a really long time, they don't even know where you are in life, what's going on with you. There could be a real concern about, is this just going to result in a missed opportunity? Should they wait before they reach out? Is it not the right time to reach out? There's something here about would you work on things with them at this point or not? Now, if it's all about you who's moving on and you're taking control of your life, but the things that are unknown here, it may be more about, when we move on from an ex and we're feeling like we're healed up, still the unknown is what does come next for me? Should I just, money looks good, career looks good, but is that all I'm going to have? There's this concern, am I burying myself in work right now because secretly I'm still kind of pining for not pining for my ex anymore, but pining for the hope, the wish, the dream that I could have had that connection. So am I really ready to have a romance if I'm still, a little bit melancholy, or if I'm not dealing with some of my melancholy because I'm just burying myself in work? But the thing is, I think that's not a major concern, because an emperor is taking care of business. If this is your attitude, if you've become the emperor of your life, now you're not just burying your head, you're actually putting your whole house in order. And when I say your house, I mean your life. And it feels like step by step, everything is getting better and better and better. It's like you're taking exactly the amount of time that is necessary to put everything in order, in its place, create, a stability, a sense of self-confidence. Maybe you gain some of that through the work that you do, but because the emperor is there, it looks like, it looks like somebody is really taking it piece by piece, handling everything that they need to make sure that they are ready for, because remember, here's where we're headed. We're headed for the 10 of Cups. We're preparing ourselves for all of that so that we don't miss an opportunity with somebody amazing because we didn't do all of our healing. This is a story where it's if this is all about you saying goodbye to a false twin flame, you're really done with that false twin flame, and you're really ready for that happiness, and you've done the work, and you know what you're calling in, and you're on that track to get everything that you want, the kind of life that you want to have, the kind of lover you want to have. It's so beautiful to see the success in all of this, and the fact that there was a really great purpose in either storyline. And I don't know which storyline comes out the strongest. To me, the cards could go either way. Let me pull one last one to see if there is any answer on that. Which storyline is strongest? I don't even know what we'll get. That's a weird question for me to ask, but the High Priestess, guess what? Y'all got to decide which character you identify with, because only you know. The High Priestess knows all, but the High Priestess is us. It's our instinct. It's us asking ourselves, which character, which storyline do I get the most, inspiration out of? Remember, I'm not a psychic, guys. I'm a writer who writes without a pen in this format. But the characters, if you listen to the stories and if there are things that pop out at you, you go, oh, I identify more with that character or that storyline than that one. Only take a message that feels like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me think about that. But just remember, this does not tell you how your life will go, because you make your own reality, right? So I always put it in that context because my channel is very different. And I'm very proud that I'm a storyteller, but I'm definitely not a psychic. But this card, this card is representing that every person already has the inner instinctual knowledge about which of the storylines would be more applicable. What I like is in either case, we still get such a happy outcome. In fact, that's what this whole thing has been about, releasing ourselves from the things that prevented us from having happiness, no matter if it's someone coming toward us or if it's us relieving ourselves of the burden of having been with the wrong person. Very beautiful. Anyway, you guys, that's what I have for tonight on this one. I'm still going to do a couple of other videos tonight. I think I'm going to do probably Sagittarius. Oh gosh, I don't even know right now off the top of my head, but I will probably put out several more videos before the night is over. So I may still see some of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your beautiful energy, you guys. Thanks for giving my videos a thumbs up. It helps my channel to grow. Thank you for subscribing, all of that. You guys are awesome. And especially thank you for the nice energy in the comments. You guys are so nice. Big hug back to you, Bruce. Thank you. Tiffany, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me through the whole thing. You were the first in, too. Hi, Neil. How are you? Good to see you. My pleasure, Healing Heartland. Really glad that you stopped by tonight. Elijah, I'm your wife? That's awesome. Hey, Rupali. Hi, Eskar. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you guys. So nice that you guys say hi to each other also. I just love it. I absolutely love it. It feels like such a nice community of people, even though we haven't met. We've met, that's what I hoped my channel would feel like, is it like a really safe space where we can actually, we're all just on the same journey together, right? But it feels like we're all among friends here, and I love it. F. Karan, hi, sweetie pie. I like the hearts with the sparkles on it. I'm that glitzy, oh, my sisters think I have the tackiest taste ever. My sisters are very tasteful, and I am the one that is not. Once upon a time, they all decided that they would give me the biggest jewelry and see, it was a joke, but they wanted to see how tacky would it be before I would say no. I won because I have no limits. I've worn a couple of my earrings that are really big, really big, and yeah, they thought that would be a joke and that I'd never actually wear them. Huh? Joke's on them. Jen, hi, how are you, sweetie? And Sarah, my pleasure. Thanks for popping by, everybody. All right, you guys, I will see you again in another video or two this evening, okay? Bye for now.